How you going, everyone? Steve here. Well, I got another project today. I'm going to show you what it is in a minute. So if you want to have a look, keep watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll get into it. Okay, let's go. I'll show you what I got here. So I've just been out to Bunnings, spent a bit more money. Something I've been wanting to do in the back of the car for ages, and that is a cargo barrier. So I bought a few things that I reckon might be able to make one. I've had a look around trying to get one. They do make cargo barriers for the FJ, but you got to have the seats in, and they only sort of go halfway up on top of the seats. But I've got the seats taken out at the moment, so that I can have more storage with my drawer system that I've built. So I'm going to build something else for it. So we'll get into it. I'll show you how I've done it, and we'll have a look and see how it turns out. Okay, I'll just show you the gear that I've got. So I've got this here. Looks pretty impressive, doesn't it? It's actually a panel out of a colour-bond fencing. So it's got all these nice cross sections in it, and it's the same colour car as the inside of the car, so I reckon that'll work out pretty good. I'll show you what I'm going to do with it in the build. And it's very light too. I've got these aluminium pieces. I've seen these out there. And then I spotted these. These can go in here. It's got a bit of tape on that one, it's a bit hard to get in, but you got to bang them in. But you can connect all these bits of aluminium together. So I reckon I can make a framework up to fit in the back of the car out of those. All these parts I bought at Bunnings. So that's the plastic connector clip. I'll put that in front of the camera. You can pause it and read it if you want. Bought these aluminium pieces. Just got some screws to put it all together. Some rivets. So let's get into the building. I've almost forgot one most important part that I've got in the back of the car here that's hiding. Come here, Ellie. Ellie. She was hiding in the back there. She's my little offsider, trade dog, whatever you want to call it. So let's get into it. Say hi, Ellie. Shake hands. Shake hands. Shake hands. Shake hands. Shake hands. Shake hands. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, I've got everything over here, down here, that I need to start building it. So the first thing you got to do is follow the 6 P's. If you want to know what the 6 P's are, check out Mr. Buckaroony. He'll tell you. Now, down here, you can see I've got my aluminium. I've got my lattice. I've got a few tools I might need. Got my drill, my grinder, pen, drill bits, hacksaw, screws, bolts, plastic hammer, and over there we've got a cut-off wheel and a good work area. But what you really need to do is make sure you've got a plan. This is part of the 6 P's. So I've done a few little measurements to start off with. This is looking inside of the car, out the back of the car with my Ingle fridge. This will be where I'm going to put the lattice. I'm not putting it all the way across because I don't put anything in front of the fridge, and the fridge is tied down anyway. I only want to stop anything like this here sliding all the way forward and becoming a missile where we're sitting in the front there. We don't really carry a lot in the front there, and the back seat there will stop, you know, the few light things that we put in there. I just want to put it up in here. So I'm going to get into it. So just have your plan. What I'm going to do first is cut this side rail here. They're 570 mils high. One will go up the side of the car. This is the curve of the side pillar of the car. It's because it's on an angle. I've got to move it in a fraction, but I'll work out a way to fix that in a minute. And then this one here will just go straight up against the fridge slide. which is this piece here. That'll screw up the other end. Let's get into it. Okay, I've just cut my first two pieces off to the right length. I've measured them up, got my little plan, and I'm just going to bash in these corner pieces now. So I've got a rubber hammer here at it. That's one. These are quick and easy to use. Like, just make sure we get the other one in the same position. Okay, now that I've got those ones in, I'm just going to go put it back in the back of the car, and I'm going to measure the distance between it so I can get the width of how wide apart I want it. That'll be the next step. Okay, we're inside the car now, so I'm just going to position these roughly where I want them. So I just got a G-clamp here. I'm just going to clamp it up because I'm going to be fitting this post up onto this metal side piece here. It's a good fixing point. So that'll be roughly where it'll go. This one here will go here. I've just got a measure in between these, and that is 563. 563, so just make sure you measure twice, cut once. So I'll just measure it again. $563. So I'll just go down and write that down, and we'll cut these other ones off. Okay, I've cut my other bits off. I've just got to get the framework out of the back of the car. So I've got my framework. I have hammered the top pieces in as well as the bottom pieces, so that's them there. So it's just a matter of connecting it all together now. Again, just get it on a solid surface. You do get a little bit of filings inside the end of these when you cut them off, so just might have to crush those down a bit. Just make sure you put these in the right way around. You don't want them facing the opposite way to the other ones. So there you go. That's the framework done. We'll put it in the back of the car and see what it looks like. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. That is fitting in there just how I want it, so nice and snug. So that should give me, all I've got to do now is cut the colorbond to fit over here. I'm going to cut it so it fits down this side here and covers in this gap a little bit, and I'll have it going past there just a fraction. Should be just about level up the top here because nothing's really going to come down through over the top here. So next job, cut the colorbond out. Okay, I've got my bit of metal clamped down to my bench here. I've got the line marked. I've got my safety gloves on, got some earbuds in, got the grinder, and I've got some thongs on. So let's get cutting. Beautiful. Okay, that's one cut off, so I'm just going to do that one first, then I'm going to measure the other one and see how it goes. Okay, I've come to the next step now. I've got both of these panels cut out. Now I've got to cut the shape around the side of the truck here where it curves in. So I've got a bit of cardboard. I'm just going to have to hold this up here and start trimming it till I get it to roughly the right size, and then I can cut it out on the piece of metal. Okay, I've got my template cut out, so I'm just going to hold it on the piece of metal here and then just scribe a line into the metal. There we go. That's the line I've got to cut on, so that should fit in there and around the side of the car. So let's get that cut out and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I'm just about to pop rivet the two bits of metal together, and I've got my pop riveter. I bought some rivets, but I've been using a bigger rivet once before, so I've got to swap it over for one of the small ones. And I just wanted to show you something. If you haven't got a pair of if you haven't got spanners going, I carry these. I bought these Leathermans a little while back. Fantastic tool. Make sure you get one. If you want to see a review on it, they're absolutely, these are the Leatherman Signal. They're just great for doing things like this, like got a pair of pliers on there, just undo that, loosen it off, tighten it up. They got everything on them you could possibly need to do odd jobs. This one's actually got a fire starter in it, a whistle, all sorts of stuff. Great bit of gear, and I just carry it on my belt. Okay, let's get back to the job. Okay everyone, I've got this all riveted together. I've sat it in there, I've lined it up where I want it. So now I'm going to screw this down to the metal frame and get that done, and then I can make the final adjustments. I might cut a little bit off this side piece down here just to even it up a little bit, but that's a good shape over the side there for the side of it. So it's just a matter of getting the screws now and screwing it all together. Okay, I've got it all cut out. I've trimmed all this off, got it all sorted how I wanted, but I decided to paint it black, so I brought it down here and painted it all black. I think it looks heaps better. Just come up a treat. So now it's just a matter of actually fitting it all into the car and giving you a look at it. So I think it's come up pretty good. We'll go up to the car now, we'll put it in and I'll give you a look around at it. Okay everyone, I've got the cargo barrier done, so I'll just show you around it now. So here it is here. I've painted it all up. So once I got it all screwed to the framework, and I decided to paint it. So I painted it all up so it looks like matches the rest of the car with the grey and the black. But how I fitted it in here is I made up a little clamp here, so it's fixed there, and down over here it's bolted 2 bolts in here up against this metal piece here, and that's, I'm really pulling on that and that's not going anywhere. So it's come up a treat. I think it's something anyone could do if they really wanted to. It's not hard. like even if you had the seat still in here and you're putting the seats up, you could just put one section like this in, sit it up on top of your seat, just make up the same frame, sit it above your seat, take the headrests out, and just put a clip in. Piece of hat's only like $36 and it'd go all the way across there. So, and that aluminium tubing you can buy at Bunnings. So it's a great project for anyone that wants to do it. It's been a productive weekend. Did the fuse box yesterday, so I've got my fridge wired into it now. USB and cigarette socket, which runs to my this is all running to my auxiliary battery, so that I'm not draining the power off my main battery. My fridge sits in here all the time, runs all the time. I've also got a Travel Buddy oven down there behind the seat, which I use. I cooked up some chicken wings and that the other day in it while I was at work. Had it running for about 3 hours, so it was great. We'll just go around to the back of the car. Just may as well show you this while I'm here. These are a set of boxes that a previous build I did. I think I got a video up about it. Got all my gear stored in there. There's one on the other side. That little seat there is for the dog to sit on. I do tie her up. We got these tie down straps here, or we just use the anchoring points from where the seats were. So around the back here, this is from the opposite. I just got the drawers out because we're going away and we're going to repack them all. But this is on the inside here. Like I said, I got the fridge here. We only put a few things here, but this will stop any of this sliding forward into that front area there. But as you can see, it looks really good. I don't think you'd really tell I made it. Does the job. So fantastic product, fantastic job, I reckon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and tell me what you think. If you want to know anything, just ask me a few questions on the comments, and I'll get back to you. And we'll see you on the next one.